Tuesday, the Michigan Political History Society will pay tribute to Bill Milliken, Michigan's longest-serving governor. From 1969 to 1983, 14 years in all, he was at the helm of state government. The special event honoring him will take place at the Laurel Manor in Livonia. With that in mind, I traveled here to Traverse City, the lifelong home of Governor Milliken. At age 86, what does he think of America's historic presidential election and the current economic situation facing America and in particular the state of Michigan? And for the first time ever, he reveals how he cast his ballot. Senior statesman Bill Milliken speaks his mind today in my exclusive interview. It's Sunday, November the 16th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight on the News. Governor, we're sitting down just a few days after the most historic presidential election that any of us can remember. What is your reaction to what you've just witnessed?
My reaction was one of great excitement and thankfulness that he had been successful. I think it is a remarkable thing that he has accomplished. It's a remarkable thing because it is reverberating all over the world now, in Europe, in Africa, across the globe, one of enormous excitement and enthusiasm and the feeling that at long last America is coming back from a period when our relationships abroad could not have been worse in many respects. So I was very pleased. By no means is the racial factor totally disappeared with the election of Barack Obama. But I think we have made, as a result of this election, an African American now the President of the United States. That's sending the message throughout our country. And I anticipate nothing but improvement and hopefully recovery in the whole area of race relations.
In the primary, you endorsed Senator John McCain, but you softened on that endorsement, correct?
Well, first of all, I have had great respect for John McCain. He had the reputation of being a straightforward, open, candid, even called a maverick, even in challenging his own party and challenging people within his party. And that's why I endorsed him in the Republican primary. I felt that he was head and shoulders above anyone else who was running against him. And then, unfortunately, I think he began, as soon as he got the nomination, he began to take a whole new approach in his pursuit of the presidency. And I became quite disappointed. And I indicated that on a number of occasions publicly. I still have enormous respect for him as an individual, and given his background and his status as a hero and a genuine hero, I do have respect for him in that way, but I think he ran an unfortunate campaign, and I regret that.
What disappointed you most in terms of watching John McCain's campaign? Was it his maybe pandering too much to the conservative wing of the Republican Party, or was it his selection of Sarah Palin as his running mate, or was it a combination of all of these things?
Well, I would say it was a combination of all of them. I felt the selection of his vice presidential nominee, Sarah Palin, was an unfortunate selection. I felt that she did not have the background, did not have the experience, and one had only to ask the question, is she prepared to assume the presidency if something, God forbid, were to happen to the president himself? And I was dismayed by that prospect. She's a very quite articulate person. She's a very appealing person on the campaign trail, but she lacked the background and the experience that I felt was so important, critically important in the case of running with John McCain, who was some 70 years old. Anything could have happened. Tragically, could have happened. And I felt that, therefore, it did not show the best judgment on the part of the senator. There were other factors that influenced my thinking in the course of the campaign. I felt in some respects it was quite a negative campaign. Here we are facing probably the most critical challenges that we've known in decades, if not much longer than that, in the breakdown of our economy. And the Senator McCain did not deal directly and forthrightly with that. He was highly critical of Senator Obama in ways that I felt were derogatory and negative and extremely unfortunate. But as you can gather, I came, as I observed this campaign, I came to believe that Senator McCain did not live up to his potentials, and I regretted that very much.
So, Governor, would it be safe to make the assumption that you voted for Senator Barack Obama?
I did not make any public endorsements, but I will tell you directly and honestly that I voted. I voted for Senator Obama for president. And I have no regrets about having done that. I felt that he was far and away, as the campaign unfolded and neared the end, he was far and away the best person to lead this country in very critical and dangerous times.
So where does the Republican Party go from here? Has it lost its way?
Let me say, first of all, Chuck, I believe strongly in a two-party system. I believe, for the sake of our country, that we need two vital, strong, responsible parties. And I've tried in every way, all during the time that I served as governor, for the 14 years that I served as governor of this state, to help to build the Republican Party, to make it a very responsible and good party for, and in the service of the people of this state. And I still believe that way. I think now the Republican Party has some distance to go in rebuilding itself, and I hope very much that as a result of this election just concluded, that the party will not take a further turn to the right. It went too far to the right, in my opinion, during the course of this campaign. John McCain allowed it to go in that direction, and I felt in some respects irresponsibly. But I hope now that the Republican Party will rebuild itself, will attempt to be a broad-based umbrella-type party that will include many factions and many elements and many philosophies within our party. That's the only way we can be a strong and vibrant and successful party. So it remains to be seen whether we will go in that direction. But I remain very hopeful, and I'm going to do everything I can to help the party come back, because it is in a state of flux at the moment, if not a state of near disaster.
Any chance you're thinking about leaving the Republican Party? You know, there are some out here who would probably just say, oh, Bill Milliken is just a closet Democrat.
I will restate my strong conviction to you again that I believe in a strong two-party system, and I'm going to do everything I can to make my party a growing and responsible and strong political entity. I believe it can be, and I'm going to do what I can to help it move in that direction.
When Spotlight returns, Governor Milliken talks about Governor Granholm, the future of Michigan, and partisan politics. We'll be right back.